Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Vijaya Vallabha Giridhara Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Vijaya Vallabha Giridhara Yashodanandana Vraja Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Namah Krishnaya Radhavaya Namah Hariharaya Namah Krishnaya Radhavaya Namah Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Gopala Govinda Ram Sivadurudana Gopala Govinda Ram Sivadurudana Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Virupa Sanatana Bhattara Gunata Virupa Sanatana Bhattara Gunata Siddhiva Gopala Bhattara Siddhiva Gopala Bhattara Gunata Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jai Baladeva Jai Baladeva Swami Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Subhadra Jaya Subhadra Jaya Subhadra Jagannath Swami Jayana Patagami Jayana Patagami Bhavatume Jagannath Swami Jayana Patagami Jayana Patagami Bhavatume Sai Gaurango Sai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Gaurahari जय सच्चिनंदन जय सच्चिनंदन जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि पतित पावन पतित पावन पतित पावन गौर हरि जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल राम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साक्षात् सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं राधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभगेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिनी गोरतिसे नमः नमो ब्रह्मण्याय देवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे भगवती पंगुम लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपात् वन्दे श्री गुरु श्री परमानंद माधव श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य पवित्र पवित्र वा सर्वावस्थान विवा यस्मरे काक्षा सर्वाह्य विष्णु देवेशु Hare Krishna. Thank you all for listening. So this is our third session of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So before going into the Bhagavad Gita, so let us recite Gita Mahatmya. I think you had the link which I shared, right? So the Gita, Bhagavad Gita English book, we have the link. गीता शास्त्रम इदं पुण्यम यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णु पदम अवाप्नोति हयशोकादिवर्जिता. One who with a regulated mind recites with devotion is Gita Shastram, the bestower of all virtue, will attain the holy abode of Lord Vishnu, free from fear and lamentation. गीता गीताध्यायनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव शान्तिः पापाणि पूर्वजन्म कृतानि च. By studying the Bhagavad Gita with full attention and controlling one's life energy, one will become free from sins, even those performed during the previous lifetimes. Pala nirmochanam pumsham jalasnanam dini dini Shakrat Gitamritam Snanam Samsara Maranashinam. One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in the water. But if one takes the bath even once in the sacred Ganges, water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of the material life is altogether vanquished. गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किम अन्ये शास्त्र विस्तारे या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्मात् विनिश्चिता. It is one's duty to melodiously sing the Gita which has emanated from the lotus mouth of the Supreme Lord Padmanabha himself. Why then study other elaborate scriptures? Paratamrita sarvasvam Vishnuvakrata vinishratam Gita gangodakam pitva punarjanmana vidyate. By drinking the Ganges water of the Gita, the divine quintessence of the Mahabharata emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. Sarvopinishado Bhavo, Dugdagopala Nandana, Partho Vatsa Sudhir Gopta, Dugdam Go Gitamritam Mahal. All the Upanishads are like the cow, and the milker of the cow is Lord Sri Krishna. The son of Nanda, Arjuna is the calf. The beautiful nectar of the Gita is the milk. The fortunate devotees of the fine theistic intellect are the enjoyers of the faith. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Deva, Eko Mantra Tasya Namani Yani, Karmanepi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. Let there be only one holy scripture, divine Gita, sung by Lord Sri Krishna. Only one worshipable Lord, Lord Sri Krishna. Only one mantra, his holy names. And only one duty, his devotional service of the supreme worshipable Lord Sri Krishna. Arranged. This is the glory of Gita given by Adi Shankaracharya. But unfortunately, many of the followers of Adi Shankaracharya are not following this conclusion statement. So when Adi Shankaracharya was about to leave this world, before that he spent certain Mayavadi philosophy. But at the time of his leaving in the Prayagraj, he saw an old man struggling with understanding Panini grammar. So at the time of old age, it's a time to fulfill their life. But he's struggling for grammar, which is not useful for death. Of course, getting a grammar is good, but at what moment you should get what? Seeing that old man struggling, he got a compassion. He was crying, saying, Bhajagovindam, 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 Udamati. At least now, take the holy names of Lord Govinda, Hare Krishna, Vasudeva. So these are the so many names given by Krishna. So one has to chant the holy names before dying. When are we going to die? Not that after only 80 years or 90 years or something. Any moment. There is no guarantee that today I will cross this building. So every moment we have to chant the holy names. Don't forget the holy names. There are no hard and fast rules for chanting the holy names. At any place, any time, anywhere, you can chant the holy names. At any condition. So don't miss this whole opportunity. But so what is the goal of Bhagavad Gita? What is the goal of Bhagavad Gita? So we have studied in the first session. So this we have to remember always. The goal of Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna is loving us and how we can love Krishna. This is the only motto of Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhavat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always remember me. Never forget me. How can we remember him? If you don't like him, you don't remember. What is the use? It's not a transaction. So we should love. The first stage is we are God fearing. So from the God fearing to God loving. We love our parents. At the same time, we are afraid of our parents. Isn't it? So love is the most important emotion we have to carry always. So with this goal in our mind, we'll start today's session. So, last two sessions we have seen how Dhritarashtra was worried about the outcome of the war. So what did they do? We have seen all the and the next we have seen the preparations for the war. How Duryodhana was diplomatic. So how he is trying to achieve the confidence of so many people, Vikarna, Bhishma, Drona, all those things. At the same time, what mistake did he commit? Only one mistake he has committed. He has forgotten Krishna. So never in any place he has mentioned Krishna, though he is visibly present. Why he is not considering? Because he was a materialistic person. And he thought Krishna will not fight the war. Krishna is not going to fight the war, anything, so he is not a threat to me. This is what a great materialistic mentality is all about. So you see, దేవుడు ఉన్నాడా? This is the first question. ఉంటే చూపించు. This is first materialistic but Duryodhana's mentality. Even though the people we think that God exists, they don't know who is the God. Worship this. And we say one God and others are Devatas. So we are conclusively saying all the Shastras say. Everywhere you see when Krishna is speaking, it says Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata. But any other incarnation as Purma Purana, all those Purana. So although the others are expansions of the Vishnu, Krishna is the original expansion, original form, Bhagavan. So with that intention, we'll go with the 12th sloka. We are moving into the second section of the first chapter, signs of the victory of the Pandavas. So clearly, before the war is being fought, there are some victory signs showing that Pandavas are going to win this war. There is no chance for Kauravas to win it. So 12 to 20 you are saying. Signs of victory for the Pandavas. Tasya Sanjayan Harsham Guru Vruddha Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadokchay Natyokchay Tankam Dadmo Pratapavan Tasya Sanjanyan Harsham Guru Vruddha Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadokchay Tankam Dadmo Pratapavan. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Bhagavdh. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandson of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana the joy. What is he saying? Purport. The grandson of the Kuru dynasty could understand the inner meaning of the heart of his grandson Duryodhana, and out of his natural compassion for him, he tried to cheer him by blowing his conch shell very loudly, befitting his position as a lion. Indirectly, by the symbolism of the conch shell, he informed his depressed grandson Duryodhana that he had no chance of victory in the battle because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. But still, it was his duty to conduct the fight, and no pains would be spared in that connection. So, what was he doing? Duryodhana was trying, doing diplomacy. He was trying to going to Drona. So in one shot, two birds. So he was trying to pacify Bhishma, Drona, addressing as Vijottama. Though Brahmanas were not allowed to fight in war, this Brahmana was fighting. And he should be called as Vijabandhu. So there is a one term called Vijabandhu. So who are the Vijas? One who has taken initiation from the spiritual master. So everyone is born like an ordinary animal, human, everyone are born in the same way. But only a human being can take the second birth. and they are called Vijas. So these Brahmanas, Vaishyas, and Kshatriyas, these three were allowed to get the sacred thread, and they are called Vijas. But today, though they are Kshatriyas, though they are Brahmanas, though they are Vaishyas, they are not Vijas. They are called Vijavana, who are related to a Vija. Because we are not following the rules and regulations of the particular Varna. So, by taking birth in the family doesn't qualify me to be a Brahmana or a Vaishya or a Kshatriya. My father is a doctor. I cannot claim that I'm a doctor. I have to gain the qualification of being a doctor. Then I can become a doctor. So, everyone, by irrespective of the birth, can take the qualification of all these four Varnas and they call Vija. So, he was trying to address pronounced Vidottama. Not only Dija, he is a Uttama of Dija. And he went to the Brahmana and Guru so that he can pacify Kshatriya Bhishma. That was his intention, to pacify Bhishma. He was trying all this Karna, all this way. Seeing his trouble with Bhishma, sir, ఎన్ని చేసుకున్నా నువ్వు విన్నావు. What is the use? So we all will fight, no doubt. We'll fight for you. But there is no chance of winning. Because Krishna was on the other side. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudara, Tat Siyu Vijayamurti Dhruva Nitipati. Wherever there is Krishna, victory is always certain. This Bhishma knew. And he is saying, forget about all this nonsense, let us start the war. Anyway, we are going to lose. So better we start the war. So that's why there are 5 reasons why Bhishma chosen to glue his conch. You know the conch is Shankha. Blown out of the natural compassion by the grandson Duryodhana. Not only Pandavas, Kauravas are also their grandson. So naturally, grandfather will have compassion for his grandchildren. So don't worry so much. Let us start. To encourage, to cheer the fearful heart of the Duryodhana. Because Duryodhana was thinking that whether Bhishma will fight or not, whether this Drona will fight or not, when the Shankha is blown, there is no chance of exchanging the army. Before the war is officially begin, there is a possibility that you can change the sides. Can change always. So everyone are fighting for their own cause. So when the cause is justified or changed, so they can go and split the parties. That's why before this war was happening, the day before, Kunti and Krishna went to Karna. They said, you are also a Pandava. You are one of the elders of the Yamada Pandava. So you are a Dharmatma. Please switch the change. Come here to the party of Dharma. But Karna chose to be on the party of Duryodhana. So anyone who is against the Dharma will always fail. But Krishna did not want Karna to fail because he is also a Pandava. We tried. So there was every possibility that there are changes in the positions. But once the Shankh is blown and the official is done, there is no chance. You have to fight, you have to dedicate your. So once Vishnu started this Shankha, so Duryodhana will get clarification that all these people are not going to change the country. Now Duryodhana is happy. To cheer the fearful heart of Duryodhana. Third is the befitting his position as a lion, Simhanadu. He is a lion among the Kshatriyas. So he is the greatest among all the Kshatriyas. Lion means the king. He is the greatest among all the Kshatriyas. There is no chance of him being losing. So he started doing the function. So he is the first in the commander, Senapati. He started from the Kaurava side. To assure that no pains would be spared in his duty of the fight. No pains. Whether it's a pain of the relatives, pain of being a good disciple, all the pain. So there are pains. So Bhishma was not happy seeing fighting against Krishna and fighting against his own beloved grandchildren. But he even says, these pains will not be coming into the way that we are going to fight the war. It's a duty of the Kshatriya. It doesn't matter who is against. Once he decides to fight the war, he will take that. Indirectly, by the symbolism of the conch shell, he informed his depressed grandson that he has no chance of victory because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. So anyway, you are going to fail. But let's start the war. Don't waste time in unnecessary arguments. So this was the diplomacy. To cut off the diplomacy of Duryodhana, he blew the conch shell. But why only Bhishma? First, we know he's a Senapati, he's a king. Not only that, he's a Kshatriya and he's a very friend of Dronacharya. So there was a discussion between Drona and Duryodhana. So when two people are talking, if somebody else is interrupting the talk, it's a great insult, isn't it? When the two people conversation is finished, then only the third person should interfere. Otherwise, you should be remaining silent. When Bhishma blew the conch shell, it means that you cut off the argument, all the discussion. If this was done by any other person, Drona would have been offended. Offense to a Brahmana is not accepted by Krishna. Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. So Krishna loves his Go and Brahmanas. So Drona is a Brahmana and offending the Brahmana is not liking by Krishna. But only Bhishma can do it. So Bhishma blowing the conch shell is not an offense to start a war. And not only that, here this is an interesting character for the Bhishma. There are 12 Mahajans. So Shastra says one has to follow the Mahajan. So one has to follow what Mahajans are following, Mahatmas are following. So you have to take them as a role model and cultivate your life according to how the Mahatmas are living. And one among the 12 Mahajans is Bhishma. Prahlada, Shiva, Bali, there are Narada, there are so many other 12 Mahajans, and one among them is Bhishma. So Bhishma is a great devotee of Krishna. Then you know that Bhishma has taken a pratigya. What is a pratigya? He will not marry. He is a brahmachari, Ajanma brahmachari, or it's called Naistika brahmachari. So generally, you see, brahmacharis avoid the worldly context, right? Because worldly context should be negated. So you see, there is they say in the brahmacharya ashram, staying away from the womanly context and opulence context. But this brahmachari is living in the opulent palace. So in the palace, you see so many ladies. If that is in the context of the ladies, brahmacharya may go wrong. Anyone can commit wrong. That's why you see the fake gurus, they are falling for women only. They go high and high and high in the path. Ultimately, they fall for women. So this brahmachari is living with in the opulence. See the greatness of this brahmachari. It's not an easy thing. So not marrying is a very difficult thing, and controlling his senses is secondary thing. And into where all the distractions are there. So if you become a devotee of Krishna, you can conquer all the senses. If you are not a devotee of Krishna, conquering the senses is very difficult. For some certain years you can do it, but certainly you will fall for that. Today I was seeing the news. A 50-year-old sage married a 38-year-old actress. What is the purpose? He's a spiritual guru. He has to lead a everything is done. He has to go into the devotional path. Then why he is marrying an actress? Even 38 years. So they may say there are so many reasons. This is the reason why people are losing faith in the spirituality. Because of this bogus. They are not devotees of Krishna. But if you are a devotee of Krishna, you can lead a controlled and balanced life. That's what Bhishma is showing over in this case. Second, he is a devotee, isn't it? Devotee of Krishna. When I say devotee of Krishna, Pandavas are devotee of Krishna. They are fighting on behalf of Krishna. And Bhishma should be on the Pandava side. Then why he is against the Krishna? Might be getting the reason, question, right? If he is a Bhishma, you have to follow Bhishma, then I can go against Krishna. So there are two reasons. One is internal and one is external. So external to that party, what he is showing is he is taken a vow that he will be dedicated to the throne of Kuru. So he is dedicated to the throne. So whoever is sitting on the throne, he is a servant of the throne. Presently, Dhritarashtra is the. So he has to serve that. He has to do his duty at any devotee. Externally, he might be. It is looking like going against Krishna, but he has to do his. Second, people will say that he is taking food from Kauravas, taking salary. So you have to be bound to that salary. But it is not the main reason of. So every devotee has a rasa, a taste in approaching Krishna. Not everyone approaches Krishna in the same way. Arjuna goes in a one way, other people will go in another way, and Bhishma goes in a vigorous, chivalrous way. So Krishna also wants to fight. So just like children fights WWF inside, right, with the children. So father, child fights. So fight is also a loving emotion exchange. So this devotee has a loving exchange through fighting. So he was opposite to Krishna. He said in the Shastras that all the arrows which he was sending, externally it was looking like an arrow, but for Krishna it is a garland of flowers. It's a garland of flowers. It's a garland. So externally it is arrows, but towards to Krishna it is the garland of arrows. So we think Arjuna as a devotee, yes, he is a devotee, but he is standing behind the Krishna. So what is Arjuna seeing? Back portion of Krishna, isn't it? He's always seeing the back of the Krishna only. But the front portion of the Krishna is being seen by Bhishma. Only front face is being able to see. Then who is the great devotee over here? Bhishma. And okay, that is good. So why only opposite way? There should be another way also. Through Krishna, through his devotee, wants to explain to all of us certain lesson. Suppose we have two children, and one child is favorable to the parent, and another child is notorious. The mother or a father scolds the person who is favorable, so that the other person is rectified, isn't it? Sometimes when I was young, me and my brother was playing against all this. At that time, my mother used to come. I was busy playing. My brother used to run away and open his book. My mother used to scold me. When my mother scolds me, I start, okay, now it is the time to study, and he used to run. So she was scolding me, and at the same time, the younger child is getting rectified. Similarly, Krishna chooses his devotee and explains that to the non-devotees. So what is Krishna explaining? Through Arjuna, he is explaining Bhagavad Gita. So what all you have to do? Through Parikshit Maharaj, he is giving Bhagavata. What is he giving? What the message is being given to Krishna? No matter what courageous or great person you are, if you are against Dharma, if you are against Krishna, you are bound to fail. You may be the greatest of all the people. You may be the richest person. You may be beautiful person. But if you are on the side of Adharma, if you are not chosen Krishna, you are going to fail. This is the lesson which Krishna is giving through Krishna to all of us. We are not greater than Krishna. We are not greater than Arjuna. We are not the wealthiest person. But today, what are we doing? నీకు తెలిసి నాకు ఎంత ఆస్తుందో నాకు ఇక్కడ పొలాలు ఉన్నాయి అక్కడ ఆస్తులు ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ ఆస్తులు ఉన్నాయి డూ యూ నో who is my father? Isn't it? This is what? So political background, all those things. No matter what background you have, if you are against Krishna, Krishna is not in your background, you are going to collapse. You are not going to win the war. But even if you don't have anything, if you have only Krishna with you, you are going to get success. What is Sudama Brahmana doing? What does he have? Nothing. But he is the most wealthiest person. You are talking about Lakshmi. Just small amount of Lakshmi you are talking. But you are forgetting the Pati of the Lakshmi. There is no Lakshmi Pati. So a woman will always be on the side of the husband, no matter what, isn't it? If the Krishna is on the other side, how can Lakshmi will be on the other side? Is it? That's what Ravana was doing. I want to enjoy Lakshmi, Sita without Rama. Isn't it? Hanuman wanted to serve Lakshmi Devi with Rama. He wanted both Lakshmi and Narayana. Now the choice is whether you want Lakshmi and Narayana together or not. You want to become like a Hanuman, or you want to perish like a Ravana. It is our duty, our own choice. Makes it. So the only thing we have to do is we have to make a choice that this is favorable to Krishna or not. When the choices are favorable to Krishna consciousness, you are going to win. Otherwise, we are going to perish. So that's what through the Bhishma he was explaining. So there are so many lessons that Krishna reveals through his various actions. People think that this Bhishma is a devotee. I can go against Krishna. No. Karna was humiliated by him because at that time all the Pandavas they did not know that he is their brother. But Dharmaraja never went. Pandavas never went the word of the Kunti. Kunti says yes, this time. That was the reason why Draupadi was shared. Kunti did not see whom Arjuna brought, what gift Arjuna brought. But Kunti said, share among the five. He did it. But there is a later karmic things, all those things. So it is not the point. If Kunti said that Karna was your brother, they would have accepted. That's why Yudhishthir Maharaj gave a curse to the entire woman. The no secrets will lie inside the mouth of woman. That means he was very ready to accept all the that. So dharma is such a kind that even the enemy will be rescued. The Vibhishana was accepted by Rama. Though Vibhishana was from the side of a Rakshasa. Because that's dharma. Anyone who takes a shelter should be given shelter. So it's not that they did not accept them, but they did not knew. Kunti did not reveal till the last. Okay. So I think these are when the capability of test is happening. So that was the time you are mentioning about. Karna also wanted to show his capacity. First thing, the reason is at that time Karna is not from the dynasty. So it's a dynasty, 105 people. They went for the training and they have to be tested. How much skills they have. So Guru is testing his own disciples, 105. Karna is not a disciple. So it's not fit for him to fight to test his skill at that profession. Second, he was not a Kshatriya at that time. Oh, qualities of Kshatriya, but he was coming from a Shudra caste, which was not allowed at that time. And third, Duryodhana gave shelter not out of the compassion, but out of enmity for the Pandavas. The intention. So any action should be guided by intention. No, they did not say you are not qualified. So if suppose at 10 o'clock you are supposed to come to the examination hall. 10:15 you are a grace time. I will come at 11 o'clock. Is it allowed? No. The teacher, administrator doesn't have any enmity over the child. It's a rule. So at that time, Varnashrama rule was like that. So a Sudra should not be allowed because of the various reasons. Sudra is not competent enough to use his skill properly. That was the reason. So it's not on the birth. It's upon the not upon the caste, but quality. Sudra is a quality. So in those times, the quality was retained, but today it's mixed. At that time, the Sudra's quality was maintained, Kshatriya's quality was maintained. So that's why he did not have the eligibility to participate in the test. So Duryodhana instigated that as a problem, all these things. It's not what Pandavas did. Any questions at this point? So text. Tata Shankarsa Veryasya Panvaka. So please repeat. Tata Shankarsa Veryasya Panvaka Gomuka Sahasevavya Nita Asabdas Tumulo Bhava. Translation. After the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and combined sound was cumulative. So immediately, when the Bhishma started the blowing conch shells, everyone started there blowing their own conch shells, trumpets, symbolizing the start of the war. So when you see cricket match is starting, people are trumpeting all the things. But when the umpire says you are fit for play, and then all the stadium people starts cheering, isn't it? So if there was no cheering, cricket would not be so entertaining. Not any cricket, any other sports. There should be continuous cheering. Similarly, in those days, war was not fought because of enmity. It was war because of as a sport. So every player wants to get a chance to play in the team, isn't it? So they fight for. If they get a chance, they show their skills also. So in those days, Kshatriya skills were shown only at the time of war. So this is the only way where they can show their chivalry. Also, that when they die in the war, they go to the heavenly kingdom. So Brahmana, by reading the scriptures, go back to heaven. But for a Kshatriya, it's only through the fall. It's only the gateway where he can go to the heavens. So this is a chance they got to get to the heavens. So they were very joyous. Everyone was joyous, not afraid of the war. Today, if there is any war, people are afraid because there was no Kshatriya skills now. But in those days, it was a sporting spirit. So all the people after the war, they used to come and hug each other, exchange their pleasantries, all those things. And not only that, the importance of the blowing the conch shells. So the conch shells symbolizes the victory, the start of the war, auspiciousness. So in the Shastras, it is mentioned that if you touch a bone, you become Asutta. Asutta. So you should not touch a bone. That's why when you go to the cremation grounds, so you have to bath. You should not touch a bone or a skull. But there is an exception for that. Only the conch shell, the bone, is allowed to be touched. So the conch shells, why it's auspicious? There is a history behind that. Once before this Kali Yuga started, so once before the last first avatar, Matsya avatar. So when the Matsya avatara was starting, so when the Satya Yuga was starting, so Matsya came. Why was Matsya came? The Vedas was stolen by Shankasura. There was a demon called Shankasura. So what is this demon do? They always obstruct the Vedas. So what is the other demons are doing? If you go to read Bhagavad Gita, they say, why are you reading Bhagavad Gita? There is no reading Bhagavad Gita. They somehow the other stop reading you the Vedas. The Shankasura also stolen the 4 Vedas and kept in his Garbha in peace in the. None of the people has the capacity to go there. So Krishna in the form of Matsya Avatar, Vishnu in the form of Matsya Avatar, he has incarnated, killed this Shankasura, captured this Vedas. And from the ear of the Shankasura, the ear it looks like a Shankar, the functions which you see. Then he blew the sound, saying that I am victorious. So people are outside and Krishna is inside. So to indicate that I am victorious, he blew the conch shell. And from that conch shell, the first sound, Pranava mantra of the Yuga was formed. What is that Pranava mantra? Oh. The sound of the conch shell designates the sound of the Omkara. So when you blow the conch shell, it is as good as you say Om. That's why in any auspicious festivals, so when you do Aarti, when you open the altar of your altar, first thing we have to do is to blow the conch shell. You see so many Vaishnava temples. Especially go to the Puri, Mathura, all this North Indian culture. So any Vaishnava tradition will have the blowing of the conch shell. So when the Abhishekam is happening, when the deity is being bathed, then the deity is alankar. So people used to continuously do the conch shell, do the conch shell. So traditionally, these conch shells are blown at the time of war phase. The start of it indicates the start of the war. The second is during the artis and important festivals. So in your house, you have to get the conch shell which is blown. You have to blow the conch shell. It creates auspiciousness in your home. The Omkara which it comes travels the entire world and comes back to your home within a fraction of time. By blowing your conch shell, the sound is going entirely and coming back. So blowing your conch shell loudly gives auspiciousness to the atmosphere, to the whole. Not only that, so when the arti is happening, what is happening? You are going to see. So standing, what happens? Your mind gets deviated. It's natural for the mind to get deviated. So when you blow the conch shell, your mind gets concentrated on the Vishnu. That's why conch shell should be blown. Creates auspiciousness. It creates concentration in your to the worship of the Lord Vishnu. And not only that, it is a symbol of Nada Brahma, the transcendental sound, Omkara. So Om is the sound of the Vedas. All the Vedas put together in the sound form, it is Om. Seven colors form. What is the seven colors form? Rainbow. If you mix the seven colors, what color it form? Pure white. Similarly, all the sounds. So what are all the sounds? A, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. So these are the seven sounds. So when all these sounds mix together, it forms the Om. So this is a symbol of the Vedas. This is what Ankam is. To blow conch shell means you are accepting the words of the Vedas. It's a mark of dharma. It's a mark of victory. It marks the auspiciousness. Not only that, tirthas. So you are giving holy water to drink. So the water is poured in the shanka and that is given as a తీర్థ. అందుకే ఓల్డ్ డేస్ లో ఏమంటారు ఇప్పటికీ అంటారు శంఖంలో పోస్తే గానీ తీర్థం కాదంటారు అంటే దిస్ గివ్స్ తీర్థ. So all the oceans, all the rivers come together when the water is poured in the shanka. So your shanka water is all the rivers together. So this is the importance of shanka. 14th. ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महती स्यन्दने स्थितो आदवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यशङ्कौ प्रदद्मतो. Translation. On the other side, both Lords Krishna and Arjuna stationed on the great chariot drawn by the white horses sounded the transcendental conch shell. Purport. In contrast with the conch shell blown by the Bhishmadeva, the conch shells in the hands of the Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. The sounding of the transcendental conch shells indicated that there was no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the side of the Pandavas. Jayastu Pandaputranam Esham Pakshe Janardana. Victory is always with the persons like that sons of the Pandavas because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there because the goddess of the fortune never leaves alone without her husband. Therefore, victory and the fortune are awaiting Arjuna, as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shell of the Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated had been donated by the Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna. And this indicated that this chariot was capable of conquering all the sides, wherever it is drawn over the three worlds. Now, till now, the camera was on the side of the Kauravas. So it was on the side of the Kauravas explaining Vikarna, all those things. Now, the director is shifting the camera to the side of the Pandavas. Now the scene shifts to the other side, where Krishna is shown entering into the Bhagavad Gita. So here the signs of the victory is already mentioned. Krishna is on the side of the Pandavas. He said, Jayastu Panduputranam Esham Paksha Janatana. So on the side of Krishna, victory is there. So clearly it is mentioned that wherever Krishna is there, goddess of fortune is always there. So goddess of fortune Lakshmi Devi is on the side of the Pandavas. Means they are going to win the war. Not only that, so what is the quality of this chariot given? Sveter, Tata Sveter Higher Yukte. So the horses were pure absolute white. It was given by Indra. It was presented by Indra. So it can travel in any direction. They have the capacity, it can go, it can change the direction very simply. Second is the chariot. So chariot is given by Agni. So Agni spreads always, all the directions. So in all the directions when the enemies are coming, they can fight the war easily. So the chariot is divine, the horses are divine, and most importantly, the driver of the chariot, Krishna is there. So we'll come to that point later. So the description of the chariot also indicates that it's the sign of the victory of the Pandavas. So when you have seen movies, right? You also see movies. How the hero comes. What is the entry of the hero? So when there is a distress, the heroine is in the distress. Heroine is tortured by villain. Hero comes in a nice Mercedes Benz or a nice car. So first what happens? Door opens. Leg comes out. Nice branded leg. Next is nice branded suit. And then it comes. And flower starts coming out. Titles will come. This is the entry position of the right. So have you ever seen a hero entering the driver? No. There is no movie. Majority of the movies show that he is the being driven. But what is our hero doing here? The entire hero of the entire Mahabharata Kurukshetra war is Krishna. How he is coming? There is no description of Krishna. He says Madhava. There is no description of Krishna over here. So being a chariot driver is not so easy. So today, if you drive car, you are a driver, you feel that pain, right? So your friend is sitting, and you are a driver working for a cab. So your friend says, go here, go. You feel some offended. But here, Krishna is not getting offended. He has willingly come to serve his friend Arjuna. When you drive a car, driver, how you give directions to him? For left hill, for right hill, right straight hill. It's so easy. But how did Arjuna guiding this driver Krishna to move here and there? You have to move here and there. It's not a straight path. You have to ask, go right, go left, go straight, all these things. How did Arjuna guide Krishna the direction? Any guesses? You can speak. My father was raising hand. He knows the answer. Please tell me. How has he guiding? Krishna, go right. Krishna, go left. But he is busy with doing arrows. There is no time. So war is happening. So like in movies, it's not like you tell, I tell, then fight, go put the arrow. Doesn't happen like that. Continuous arrows. There is no time. Then how did Arjuna guide? As for the Krishna's movement only, yes. No, because Krishna is a perfect driver. No. So you see the chariot, right? This is a two-level chariot. So Arjuna was standing, charioteer is sitting. So what Arjuna sees is the back of Krishna. So when Arjuna wanted to ride, he used to kick Krishna on the right. Right shoulder kick means you have to go to the right. Left shoulder kick is left, go to left. Krishna is even willing to take the kicks. Mother feel the kick in the womb, right? Will they offend? No. They say it's happy kick. So for Krishna, it is the womb, baby in the womb kicking the mother. That is what is the Krishna's taking that position. Krishna could have taken any position. Krishna is showing by his experience, showing by his action, what role you should take. You should be humble. Trinadapi Sunichena, Karorapi Sahishna, Amarina Manana, Kirtaniya Sadahari. One should be willing to serve. Krishna is not being served here. Krishna is serving Arjuna over here. So Krishna is our hero, but this hero in our cinema, hero, how they rescue was there, fights, dishum, what? All the people coming. One big kick, all the villains will go. Then they fly there. But this hero, how he is saving other hero? By knowledge. It is by knowledge that he is saving another hero, Arjuna, who is confused. Why Arjuna is confused? So in second sloka we have seen Dhritarashtra is one who is afraid. In the 10th sloka you have seen Duryodhana slipped the tongue, Aparyaktam. The 19th sloka, in the next sloka we will be seeing it. 19th sloka we will be seeing Kaurava's heart will be shattered. By the sound of the conch shells, like a heart attack. But what happened? So these are all the signs of the Pandavas winning. So India is winning the match against Australia. Kohli is hitting the sixes and fours. At that moment, Kohli said, I cannot play this balls. I'm going back. Declare me rated out. He talked to Australia. Not going to play. What will be your reaction? Hey, Anta Bharat, the run rate is good. You'll be winning. So all the people are it's your home ground. If you are playing in India, home ground, your own pitch is favorable. Then why are you afraid? Similarly, the same situation happened to Pandava. Sorry, Arjuna. After 20th sloka in the next, we'll see what transpired that Arjuna's downfall. So for that, Krishna has come to uplift him. So nobody mentions the name of the chariot driver before that, right? The kings. Do you mention that I came with my driver Raju? No. But same way, Krishna is also not Krishna is mentioned over here. That means he is not an ordinary driver. He is Madhava. What is Madhava? So Krishna has so many names: Madhava, Keshava, Achyuta, Padmanabha, all those things. Why is Madhava chosen here? First is literary poetry thing. Madhava, Pandava. So it looks. Second thing, Madhava means a husband of fortune. Madhava means husband of fortune. So by mentioning that Madhava means the goddess of fortune is also there here. The victory of the Pandavas is already certain. Not only that, this side that Arjuna and sitting on the chariot is a beautiful sight. Wait there means very beautiful chariot. Why? Because the roles are reversed. The one who is giving the instruction is in the lowest position. Normally, Guru sits on the highest platform, the disciples will be on the lowest platform. Isn't it? So it is not to indicate that not only that physical elevation is required, there is another kind of elevation required. So though the disciple is sitting on the higher side and the Guru is sitting on the lower side, is a consciousness should be on the lower side. In the second chapter, Arjuna says, I cannot fight the war. Yes. Then he surrenders. Because the consciousness of Arjuna is lower and consciousness of Krishna has grown up. Then the flow of knowledge flows. So it is not not only the physical elevation, it is a consciousness elevation that matters. I want to know. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena seveya upadekshyantra jnanina satadasham. When you are serving, then only that knowledge comes to you. If I say, I know everything, gone. Cannot gain anything. Isn't it? So empty vessel, you can fill the empty vessel, but you cannot fill the vessel which is completely filled with wrong things. So a disciple should be there. I do not know anything. Please tell me. I want to know. This is the mode which we have to be. So this indicates that consciousness of the disciple is more important. Next role reversal becomes even more astonishing when we understand Krishna's real identity. He is not a driver, but he is a supreme personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. So yada yada hi dharmasya jnanirvavate. So Krishna is saying, I will descend. I am the God, and the God is in the lowest position over here. So when Adasuya again happened, when Yudhishthira had this Adasuya again, so all the services were given. Krishna is giving the services to everyone. So make this. You go to the flower section. You go to the kitchen section. You go to the section. But Krishna kept one service to himself. Generally, if you give service to others, the most important service you will keep it, right? You give the most important service and give all the other service to other people. Duryodhana was given reception. Karna was given kitchen management. What service did Krishna take? Krishna also served. All the people are coming into the kingdom. You have to welcome them. Krishna went to outskirts, Polimer, and he took the plate and water. He bathed the feet of everyone and welcomed him. Krishna washed the feet of every person. So you have to understand what service is important. Lowest menial service when you do that pleases Krishna. Menial position is today, if I say, today I cleaned the bathroom. So bathroom nobody will clean. Today you will come. See, I have done the most menial service. I have cleaned the bathroom. Nobody else did it. I did it. That is not menial service again. Attitude. You are going to any extent to serve the devotees. Many people go to Tirupati. They see the Balaji there, Venkateswara Swami there, and come there. Darshan. Okay, that's good. The most important is the serving the devotees. So who are waiting in the line, queue line, in the milk, and most important devotee, who is standing outside and cleaning the public toilet in the mood of serving the devotees. And that is what Balaji is seeing there, not the person who is coming near to me. He sees the most farthest person. So attitude of service is much more important. That's what is mentioned over here. Even Krishna is showing he is worthy of being worshipped by all, but he is taking the position. So position doesn't matter. Not only that, he has taken the role of a chauffeur. Why did he take the role of a chauffeur, the driver? Only one reason, and that reason is love. He loves his devotee. So when you love people, they are willing to serve, isn't it? You don't if you are trying your child, will you feel low? No, right? If you drive your mother, you don't feel low, right? Because there is love. When there is love, all the external things doesn't matter to you. There is no differences. And though I am a CEO of a company, I'll serve my mother. I'll serve my family. So and see, you may be a CEO of the company, but when you come into your house and you have a child, you have a child, but that child you become a dog instead. Isn't it? You carry your child on your back in the play, or your grandchildren. You don't say to your grandchildren, I am the CEO of that company. No, right? Because of love. So when there is love, it is Krishna. When there is a transaction, it's you might be the CEO at a company. So Vishnu is the CEO gathering so many transactions. But when it comes to the love, you are a father. That is Krishna. So there is no difference between Vishnu and Krishna. Vishnu at office is Vishnu. Vishnu at home is Krishna. So that love. We long for that love. And that's why we see Krishna as the supreme personality. But this is the loving form. So next month, now this is Kartik Mas. Next is Margashira Mas. The Sri Sampradaya come with Gauda Kalyana. So till that time, they worship Vishnu. But when Gauda Kalyana comes, Krishna comes. When love comes, Krishna comes. So that's why Krishna is an embodiment of love. That is why Krishna has surrendered to his devotee Yashoda in this. That's why Kartik Mass is most. So not only the conch shells are mentioned here as Divya, transcendental. Of course, Krishna is God, is transcendental. You can say Shankha Chakra, that's transcendental. Even the conch shell of a devotee is transcendental. When devotee is blowing the conch shell, that is also equivalent to the conch shell of a Krishna. Don't see it as a material thing. All are Divya. So transcendental sound means it's already Pandavas are winning the situation. 15th sloka. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Paundram Dharma Mahashankam Bhimakarma Vikodara. Translation. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his the Devadatta. The Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of the Herculean task, blew his terrific conch shell called Poundra. So, the conch shell of Krishna is called Panchajanya, Arjuna is Devadatta, Bhima is Poundra. Perfect. Lord Krishna is referred to him as Rishikesha in this verse because he is the owner of the all senses. The living entities are part and parcels of him. Therefore, the senses of the living entities are also part and parcels of Krishna's senses. The impersonalists cannot account for the senses of the living entities. Therefore, they are always anxious to describe all the living entities as senseless or impersonal. The Lord, situated in the hearts of all the entities, directs their senses, but He directs in terms of the surrender of the living entity. And in the case of a pure devotee, He directly controls the senses. Here on the battlefield of the Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and thus his particular name of Rishikesha. The Lord has different names according to his different activities. Example, he is called Madhusudana because he killed the demon named Madhu. His name is Govinda because he gives pleasure to the cows and the senses. His name is Vasudeva because he appeared as the son of Vasudeva. His name is Devaki Nandana because he accepted Devaki as his mother. His name is Yashoda Nandana because he awarded his childhood pastimes to Yashoda at Vrindavana. His name is Parthasarathi because he worked as a charioteer of his friend Arjuna. Similarly, his name is Rishikesha because he gave direction to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna is referred to as Dhananjaya in this verse because he helped his elder brother in fetching wealth when it is required by king to make expenditures for different sacrifices. Similarly, Bhima is known as Vikodhara because he could eat as voraciously as he could perform Herculean tasks, such as killing of the demon Hidimba. So the particular types of the councils blown in the different personalities on the side of the Pandavas beginning with the Lord were all very encouraging to the fighting the soldiers. On the other side, there were no such credits, nor the presence of Lord Krishna, the supreme director, nor that the goddess of fortune. So they were very distant to lose the battle. And that was the message announced by the sound of the so in the end of Kauravas, who did blow the council? Bhishma. Because he's the first in the commander, Senapati. But on the Pandava side, who was the Senapati? Drishtadyumna. Naturally, he has to sound the council first. But who blew the council? Krishna and Arjuna. That indicates that Krishna and Arjuna are so special. So all the sides of the Pandavas, they unanimously agreed that Krishna and Arjuna are the supreme. That means they are going to destined to win the war. So also in the purport, it is mentioned that he is mentioned as Ruchikesha. Here Krishna is mentioned as Rushikesha. Rushikesha means Rushika means senses. Isha means owner. Isha means owner and Rushika means senses. So Rushikesha means is a controller of the senses. So we are all part and parcels of Krishna. That means suppose we have a washing machine. Screw is in part and parcel of washing machine. If the screw is attached to the washing machine, then it has a purpose. But it is not the washing. Screw itself is not the washing machine, but part and parcel of the washing. Similarly, we are all part and parcels of Krishna. Separate from Krishna, we are nothing. you are separate from Krishna, there is nothing. But when you are attached to Krishna, you are all part and parcels of Krishna. So Rushikesha means the control of the senses. We are Rushika. We are the servants of senses. So our senses are also part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. By the word Rushikesha means he is controlling the senses of each and everyone as a devotee and a non-devotee. So directly or indirectly. So indirectly through Maya, he is guiding the senses of non-devotees. That's why they are attached to the sense enjoyment. తినాలనిపిస్తే తినేస్తాం, పడుకోవాలనిపిస్తే పడుకుంటాం, ఏం చేయాలనిపిస్తే చేస్తాం. Like an animal. But it's not like the devotee. Devotee senses are directly controlled by Krishna, like chariot. So he is controlling all the five senses. See, if Archana senses are controlled by Krishna, our senses also be controlled by Krishna, right? If we are like Arjuna, our senses are guided nicely. All the five senses go unanimously in a correct direction. Otherwise, what will happen? One horse will go here, one horse will go there, one horse will go there. What will happen to the chariot? Chariot collapses. What will happen to the passenger in the chariot? He'll get a fracture. Similarly, the soul is in the chariot of the body. The senses are not properly guided. This chariot body falls and the soul gets damaged. What will happen after the damage? You will take the thing. So if you don't have control of the senses, you will going to take the birth again and again. For that, you have to give our control to the senses to Krishna. That is what Krishna means. Panchajanya. It's mentioned the word Panchajanya. There was a demon called Panchajanya. So Krishna killed that demon, Panchajanya, and took the conch of the demon. And from that demon, it's called Panchajanya. So this happened when Krishna wanted to give the Guru Dakshina to Sandipa Muni. Sandipa Muni asked his child as a Guru Dakshina. So Krishna goes everywhere. So he sees the ocean and he finds the Panchajanya demon there. After victory, the Panchajanya was given to, that is called Panchajanya. Arjuna was given as Devadutta. So only a devotee senses are always under control. So that means one point is there. What is called Bhima. Bhima is mentioned as Vrukodara. Vrukodara means wolf. Wolf has taste for eating. So this Vrukodara, Bhima has tendency to eat. Not only that he is eating, he is doing the work also. So we said, Bhima eats a lot. So I will eat. Okay, eat. But Bhima has done so many things. He has done Herculean tasks. So many tasks he has done with body. So accordingly, if you think that I eat less, means I am controlling the senses. No. According to your work, you are doing. If you are working more, you have to eat more. If you are working less, you have to eat less. That is what is called sense control. Eat according to the nature of your work you are doing. That is called sense control. So about Rishikesha, we have seen control of the senses, and another name is Dhananjaya. So Arjuna's name is called Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya. So acquirer of the wealth. So at that time, when Yudhishthira was a king, it requires wealth. So Arjuna was one who went all the places, gathered the wealth. So all the wealth. So this is called material wealth. Another wealth is there. Dhananjaya also means acquirer of the spiritual wealth. What is spiritual wealth? Bhagavad Gita. He conquered Krishna. So Krishna is on his side. Lakshmipati is on his side. So all the wealth is on his side. So everyone, of course, material wealth is also required for sustenance. You have to go work and acquire the wealth. But most importantly, we have to acquire the spiritual wealth. The most important spiritual wealth is standing of the holy names. If you understand the holy names, you will never leave the holy name. It is through the holy name only you can achieve Krishna. There is no other way. This is the most important treasure which we are holding. Nobody is going to take it. These holy names are free. You can give it. You ask other people to chant, and this wealth increases. Material wealth decreases when you give it. Spiritual wealth increases when you give. Second is association. Association of devotees is not an ordinary thing. Very rarest opportunity you are getting. So association of devotees is the most important wealth. Third, Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Highest of all knowledge is Gita knowledge. By this, you are removing your birth, death, old age, and diseases. So this is the wealth we are getting. And how much serious are we in this present this wealth? This wealth should be distributed. So that's what Dhananjay is. Arjuna was successful in achieving the spiritual wealth. The next sloka into 18. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthira Nakula Sahadevarsha Kuhosha Manipushpakau Kasyascha Parameshwasa Chikandi Cha Maharada Drushtadimno Viratasya Tatakischa Parajita Drupado Drupadayasya Sarvasa Prithvipate Saubadrascha Mahabaho Sankandat Prutuk King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell Ananta Vijaya. The Nakula and Sahadeva blew the Subhosha and Manipushpaka. The great archer of the king of Kasi, the great fighter Shikandi, Drishtadyumna, Virata, and unconquerable Sataki, Drupada, sons of Draupadi, and others of O king, such a mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells. Purport. Sanjaya informed King Dhritarashtra very tactfully that his unwise policy of deceiving the sons of Pandu and endeavoring to enthrone his own sons on the seat of the kingdom was not very laudable. The signs already clearly indicated that the whole Kuru dynasty would be killed in the great battle, beginning with the great grandchild Bhishma. Bhishma, down to the grandsons like Abhimanyu and others, including the kings from many states of the world. All were present there and all were doomed. The whole catastrophe was due to the king Dhritarashtra because he encouraged the policy followed by his sons. So here Sanjay is explained to Dhritarashtra tactfully he has unwise philosophy, unwise policy. What a wrong decision did Dhritarashtra took. He was trying to say, at least now, please stop the war. And not only that, here it is mentioned that King Yudhishthira. So, what is the difference between the King Duryodhana and King Yudhishthira over here? So, here the king means not only Raja, is called Maharaja, Ananta Vijaya Raja. His conscience is also named Ananta Vijaya. So, he is not conquerable. So, what is not conquerable? Why Yudhishthira is not conquerable? First, why the name of Yudhishthira? Yudhishthira is called Yudhishthira. In the midst of the battlefield, he was balanced. So we are also fighting a battle of life. So between life and birth and death, we have so many other battles. In this battle, we have to be completely balanced. But Duryodhana is not balanced. He was moving up and down. But Yudhishthira is completely balanced. Why? Because he was a devotee of Krishna. Only a devotee of Krishna can have a balanced life. A non-devotee, life is always fluctuating. Whenever a problem comes, he frustrates. Whenever happiness comes, he joys. But Yudhishthira is not like that. He is completely balanced. Not only Ananta Vijaya means why he is not conquerable. Is all the senses are in control. All the senses are controlled. That's why it's called Maharaja. Rajadiraja Maharaja. Raja means conquering the external army. But the Maharaja means conquering the internal army. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madhya, Matsya. These are the 6 elements which everyone has to conquer. How can you conquer all these 6 elements? You cannot conquer individual. Only Krishna can remove all the things. So we have to become Krishna consciousness to become Yudhishthira. So stable in the all the battlefield. So focus on the cause of that brings. Here you can see so many people are working are there. So many have their own same capacity. Bhima is on one side, Arjuna is one side, Ananta Vijaya, Yudhishthira. So everyone is by their own, they're glorious, isn't it? If you see to bring a successful people today's world, to bring successful people, most important people to one place, they say, I am great, I am great, I am great, I am great. My opinion, you should take it, isn't it? So everyone says, I am successful, so you should take my opinion. So that's why there are so many opinions coming up. This is right, that is right, that is right. Why are these difference of opinions? Will there be a common opinion? No. Even in the Pandavas side, there is no common opinion. Everyone says, I will fight, I will kill, I will do. But one thing they do, if Yudhishthira says something, they will follow. They have their own opinions. But once Yudhishthira declares this is the final, then it is final. So similarly in the world, there are so many opinions. I might be having one opinion, you might be having an opinion, she might be having an opinion. But there is one commonality. So we should focus on the commonalities. We should not focus on the differences. So we are all individuals and having varying opinions. We are all individuals. We cannot think in the same way, but we can have the same thought, same goal. So our opinions vary. That is why the conflicts happen. My opinion, you should take it. That's it. In the home, there is a quarrel. Offices, there is a quarrel. But what happens? How do you deal with such conflicts? You have to deal with that. Everyone has individual. Everyone has individual opinions, but all the opinions should be taken into consideration. That's only when we will remove the conflicts. So there are two things we have to do. Understand what pushes us apart, what separates us. Don't focus on those things. Second, understand what brings us together. Which always will see what brings us together. And you focus on that aspect. Deal with the differences. Focus on the commonality. Then now what I will ask you a question. What brings us into one space? So what is that one brings us together? We are all having our own opinions. But what brought us together here? Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti. So these are all the conscious common. Yes, sometimes soldiers. So common goal is protection of the country. Devotees, common goal is Krishna. So everyone there is a commonality. So if you see the commonality, there is a group bonding over there. Okay? When there is no commonality, everyone goes. When there is a commonality, they will come. So what is the commonality? So first you have to understand what is the differences. What is the difference of opinions? Why this difference of opinions are coming? Because our conditions, we have physical conditions, we have psychological conditions, we have so many conditions that comes up. You have your own life. So based on your life, you will come up with opinions, conditionings, psychological, your viewpoints. So your education system. So these are all we are carrying. This leads to different conditioning. So these are the things. One is our conditions, present move situations, and our conditionings, our natures. These two things are coming in our way and creating conflicts, difference of opinions. So can two persons be alike? Two persons can never be alike. నువ్వు నేను ఒకేలా ఉండాలి ఒకేలా ఆలోచించాలంటే అవ్వదు. So everyone is different. Then we have to focus on what is commonality. So today, externally, you see, there are so many diversities. Okay? Why diversities are happening? Because there is no unity between husband and wife. Of course, husband and wife are two different entities. They have two different conditionings. But if their focus is on the children, they stay together. Traditional families were like that. You have to focus on commonality, my family, my dharma, my duties. That was the focus. Today, my way or highway. I am also selling, you are also selling. Go. This is not it. So you have to see the commonalities, dharma. Then it becomes come together. Once when my Guru Maharaj, when he was very young, his parents were decided to separate. They were fighting. They wanted to separate. It was a Western. So in the Western, separation is easy. So they were thinking of separation. My Guru Maharaj went away outside. He ran. So these two his father and father searched for him a lot. After that, he was found. And they decided, for our child, we have to stay together. Whatever may be different opinions, we will stay together only for this. 5 years they were staying for this wife from the Guru Maharaj. After that, they were loving each other. The ego which they had were lost, and now they are inseparable. They have left their bodies, so they one after the other. So they stay together. What was the goal? Only the child. Today the divorce is happening without the consideration of the child. What happens of the other child? They will become psychologically depressed. That's why you see so many people are becoming rogues. People in the Western people, there are so many notorious people are there. Why? Because there is no proper relationship between husband and wife. So we should have a proper goal, commonality. So for us, for any person, the common goal is immortality. We are all souls. Krishna is going to explain that. We are all souls. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. We are all children of Krishna. That is the commonality which you see. The greatest unifying force is our spiritual connection. So one small thing I want to explain here. When Vibhishana was coming for shelter, so everyone was saying that this is a enemy side. So he is a Rakshasa. You should not take him. They were advising. But Hanuman said, I have seen him. I know him. And also his body language doesn't indicate that he is an enemy. We should take him. Amma took Vibhishana into his party. Did everyone leave? You did Rama? You didn't hear my words? No. Listen to Rama. Yes, if Vibhishana goes against us, I'm going to take care. Don't worry. But we will take Hanuman's consideration. Difference of opinion exists even in the devotees. But when the common goal is Krishna, I'm serving for Krishna only. That goal, that difference is status. If my goal is my own enjoyment, you start seeing envy, ego, everything. If Krishna is in the center, yes, Krishna is being served. Even if I'm not being able to serve, other person is serving, you start praising others. So this is what is important. Krishna consciousness is the most important thing in this present world. So we'll go with the 19th sloka. Sagosho datarashtrana Hrudayani Vyadarya Navascha Prithvim Chaiva Tumulo Abhyanudayan. Translation. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of the Dhritarashtra. Purport. When Bhishma and others on the side of Duryodhana threw their conch shells, there was no heartbreaking on the part of the Pandavas. Such occurrences are not mentioned. But in this particular verse, it is mentioned that the hearts of the sons of the Dhritarashtra were shattered by the sounds vibrated from the sound Pandavas party. This is due to the Pandavas and their confidence in the Lord Krishna. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. Suppose if we are discussing over here, we are grossly engaged in the hearing it. Suppose a great sound has come out. What happens? Oh, what happened? The bomb has come. You get afraid, right? Your heart starts pumping faster. Similarly, when the Pandavas blew their conch shells, such is the nature of the hearts of all the Kauravas. The heart shattered, thumping like anything. Heartbeat increases. Why? First is the sound quality, the highest of the sounds, uproarious, tumultuous. Second is shattering the hearts of the sons of Duryodhana, sheer volume of the conch shell and the confidence. So we have seen that Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana are thinking that they have no confidence, but the nature of the army and nature of the conch shell shattered him. because the confidence with which they had disciplined. Then Kauravas realized actually that we are in soup. We have done something mistake, but we have to fight the war. These are all the signs of the victorious, signs of the Pandavas. So, and one more important thing is Gita 7. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. One who takes the shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear. It means devotees don't have any fear, isn't it? So, if you make what is fear, why we get fear? The answers. Why are we afraid of? What are we afraid of? Yeah, one by one. What is the threat? Yeah, like the life, property. Yeah. Yes, yes, death. Yeah, physically or mentally injury. Yes, fear of the future. What happens tomorrow? And today, I should save today. What happens to my future? So fear of the future, terrible diseases, so many things. Fear. And Prabhuji said, the most important fear is fear of the death. Why are we afraid of death? Why are we afraid of death? Of course, we have seen fear of the future is I'll go to the roads. I've seen beggars. I don't want to lead a beggar life. And you are afraid of your future. That is seen. Have you seen that? All right. And people who have left the world, so you have not seen death. And people who experience death can explain you. Why are you afraid of death? Not about your family. So most importantly, when you if I bring a knife and try to stab you, you don't think about your family. That last moment you will not think about your family. Of course, your reason is valid. But at the last moment when the knife is coming in your throat, you don't have a chance to think about your family. And then why are you afraid of attachments? Wonderful. It's an attachment of the body. So your family is attached to the body. Because there is a body, we are attached to the family. We are attached to the position because of the body. When the body is removed, all your prized positions is lost. So that we know that. Not only that, we have experienced death. And the last life. So many lives we are coming. We are Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, you are seeing. That's why you are afraid of death. That means a devotee doesn't have a afraid of death. He's not afraid. Today, I am a devotee. I'm chanting Hare Krishna, 16 rounds, 192 rounds. I will go before the train and stand like this, like Hanuman. Will devotee do that? I'm not afraid of death. That come. Suicidal thoughts. Yes. Wonderful. That was the next question. Before question, Mataji has answered. There are three levels, three ways of being afraid. Rajoguna, Sattoguna, and Tamoguna. A drunkard people or a suicidal mental state, they go before that train. Nothing will happen. Is that being afraid of, not afraid of death? He's also afraid of death only, but he doesn't know what is his afraid. Tamoguna, sorry, there is Tamoguna. Rajoguna, as you said, fear of possessions. My property is lost, my body is lost, all these things because of Rajoguna, acquisition. Whatever I acquired is lost. But Sattva understands that I am not this body. Only in Sattva knowledge happens. And that knowledge will give you, say that you are not this body, you are a servant of Krishna. Then naturally, whenever Krishna is there, Krishna will always protect. Avashya Rakshive Krishna. Shastra says, at every cost, Krishna will protect me. What will protect? Not his body. He protects the soul. We will see in the second chapter. Krishna says, I will protect you what you don't have. So what Krishna protection is, we will see it in the second chapter. But wherever Krishna is there, there is no fear of fear, there is no fear. So suppose you are going in the dark and you are alone and there is a dacoit there. You are afraid, right? Suppose there is a capable sub-inspector beside you and there. All the police team is there. Will you be afraid? Yes, fear is there. But more than the fear, the courage of the policeman is there. Isn't it? Fear is there. What will he do? Maybe he will shoot me. But you are more courageous because police is there. So courage doesn't mean that there is absence of fear. Courage means presence of greater and force more than the fear. Krishna is standing behind me. Why? What happens? I will do my duty. Even death comes for a devotee. You have seen in SSR class, right? Death for a devotee is like a cat holding the kitten in the mouth. If a cat holds a rat, what will happen? Rat will die. But cat will hold the same kitten in the same mouth. But the kitten is not afraid. Devotee, for a death of a devotee is one step closer to Krishna. Death for a non-devotee is million steps away from my possessions. That's why Krishna. I'm going to Krishna. This body separated me. Yo, Krishna, take this body. Let me to you. That's why he's happy. So union with Krishna is causing less fear of the death. For a non-devotee, I'm leaving everything, possessions. So he is afraid of. So that's why in Krishna, in Bhagavatam, said Bhagavad Gita, he'll say, if you do small activities, small dharma in this Krishna consciousness, the greatest of the fear of death is lost. If you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you are reading Bhagavad Gita, you are always associating your fear of death comes down. You will see, you will understand the knowledge, what is important to you and what is not important to you. Start applying it in your life. Your fear comes down because of the presence of Krishna. You had a question, right? Ah. Humanitarian service. Ah. So whatever may be, those who are not Krishna conscious, they are materialist, materialistic person. Whether it is for their own good, for the good of the welfare of the, if there is no Krishna, it is material consciousness. Material consciousness is presence of fear only. Though they don't know, this might be because of ignorance, lack of knowledge. They are thinking that this body is eternal. Or if they go, if I die, who sees? This body is because they think that this is the only body. Body is perished, I am perished. But only when you read Bhagavad Gita, you will understand that you are not perishing because of the ignorance. Though you are ignorant, that will affect you. The child is ignorant of the fire. He puts the finger in the fire, it will burn him. Even if you know it, it will burn it. So ignorance is not an excuse. Internally they know their fear, but they don't know that the fear is because of their death. Their fear will be there. So one who is doing a pious activities, fear comes down. For the Tamoguna people, they don't know that they are fearful. For Rajaguna people, they are afraid. They lose. For Sattva people, they know that they have fear. So ignorance of fear means lack of, it's not lack of fear. They are courageous, it's ignorance. So we should know what is fear actually. Everyone is fearful. Did I answer your question? Though they know it or not know it, they are afraid of it. So the solution, only solution is to become Krishna conscious. You have to understand what is fear, how to take shelter of Krishna. So another lesson which Bhagavad Gita says, although everything is set for your victory, you might yes, everything is victorious. I have everything, but you are not safe. You will be falling at the least expected moment. Things can wrong. At the last moment also, everything may get wrong. So recently, I think many of the cricket lovers, if you see T20 World Cup, everyone thought that South Africa will win the match. India is going to lose the match. What happened at the last moment? Because of the catch, everything is gone. South Africa lost the match, isn't it? So till that last moment when ball, South Africa victory was sure. But you don't know. You have to play the game till the last moment. So even if you are a devotee, you should be very, very good. Today I'm doing Krishna consciousness. I have association. I have Bhagavad Gita. I'm chanting. We should not be lenient. Every day you should be very conscious and cautious of Krishna. Why am I doing the chanting? Why am I coming regular to satsang? Why? It is because I want to serve Krishna. It is also service of Krishna. You hearing the Krishna Katha is also the service to Krishna. Chanting is a service to Krishna. When Rishikesha is pleased, he will become Govinda. What is Govinda? Your senses in him. The pleasure giver. So if you make Krishna happy, it is you who are happy. In materially, if I make my boss happy, you will not be happy. But if you make Krishna happy, you are the most important person who are happy. That's why Krishna, he wanted to see how Radharani is happy. He is serving me, not taking any pride. How she is happy, more than happy to me. He wanted to know. That's why in Kali Yuga he has come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to experience what is that. In serving, you are happy. In receiving, you will not be happy. So that's what in three see so far in the 19 slokas, war is a mental game. So pre-war is always a mental game. Round one was fight. Duryodhana saw. Who won the war? The round one, Pandavas won. Because Pandavas army were excellent. So Duryodhana lost. Second round. Next came the sounds. It's all the sounds. Sounds of the conch shell. Who won the war? Pandavas won the war. Duryodhana captured. Actions. Seeing the actions of the actions in the later, we'll see after the next class, you'll see it. What are the actions of Pandavas? So Arjuna sat down, cannot do it. But at that one last round, who won the war? Kauravas won the war. Because the greatest of the archer is saying, I cannot fight the war. His mental stability in war. So now Kauravas are more joyous. That how what happened, we'll see in the from 21st sloka. In the last sloka, we'll see 20th to conclude this session. अत व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धातराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजा प्रवृते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यमाय पाण्डवा ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदम् आह महीपते. At that time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot wearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of the Dhritarashtra drawn in the military array, Arjuna then spoke to the Lord Krishna these words. The battle was just about to begin. It is understood from the above statement that the sons of Dhritarashtra were more or less disheartened by the unexpected arrangement of the military force by the Pandavas, who were guided by the direct instructions of the Lord Krishna on the battlefield. The emblem of the Hanuman on the flag of Arjuna is another sign of victory because Hanuman cooperated with Lord Rama in the battle between Rama and Ravana, and Lord Rama emerged victorious. Now both Rama and Hanuman were present on the chariot of the Arjuna to help him. Lord Krishna is Rama himself, and wherever Lord Rama is, his eternal servitor Hanuman and his eternal consort Sita, the goddess of fortune, are present. Therefore, Arjuna had no cause of fear to any enemies whatsoever. And above all, the Lord of the senses, Lord Krishna, was personally present to give him direction. Thus, all good counsel was available to Arjuna in the matter of executing the battle. In such auspicious conditions arranged by the Lord or his eternal devotee, lay the sign of assured. So you can see over here, Kapitwaja. Kapitwaja means Arjuna. So on whose chariot Kapi is sitting? Who is sitting? Hanuman is sitting. So in olden days, chariot has a flag and a symbol to identify this person is sitting over here. So everyone has a flag. Arjuna also had a flag. On that flag, people say that on that flag there is a Hanuman symbol. Oh, Hanuman was personally present. He was stationed there. So when the Pandavas were in the exile, Bhima went up to heavens to bring Parijata Pushpa for Draupadi. So when he was going to the Himalayas, he stumbled upon an old monkey placed with a long tail. So it was a tactic of Hanuman. He was playing with his brother Bhima. So Bhima tried to move the tail, but he could not move the tail. Then Hanuman revealed himself that I am also a son of Vayu, you are also we are brothers. We are both brothers. I helped Lord Rama fighting the battle to get the Sita back. Now I will be on your side. I want to fight for you against the Duryodhana. He is given a vow. I will personally be present over there. Second, so when Hanuman and Arjuna had a war, had a fight, who is great? So Arjuna builds a bridge with the arrows, and Hanuman was standing on that to break the bridge. Was not breaking. Then Hanuman saw what is happening behind. So he saw Krishna in the form of Rama holding that. Then Hanuman understood this Krishna is none other than Rama himself. Then he understood, okay, I am your servant, I will fight the war. Then Krishna says, no, you should not fight the war. So that was Treta Yuga. During Rama's time, your duty was important. That's why you see in the war, Hanuman was the most important person. Being Sanjeev, he is doing all the things. He was the most busiest devotee. Because Hanuman was to be glorified. Now this is Mahabharata. Now this is the situation for Arjuna to be glorified. So you should not interfere in that. Then I will also participate in the war, but I will not be the major part, but I will do some service. So sitting on the Arjuna's chariot, I will shout like a monkey. Big monkey is shouting, right? By the sound of the monkey, Hanuman, many small warriors got fell down at attack. So this is what small seva I will do. So presence of Hanuman means presence of Rama is there, presence of victory. Kapitwaja. So wherever Rama is there, Sita is there. Wherever Krishna is there, Lakshmi Devi is there. So everything is going in a good way. It is good. People will say that I don't need any guidance. I am successful. I can be successful. I have so much talent. Whatever you give us, I will get it. I am a go-getter. You ask them to read Bhagavad Gita. They say, no, I don't have any time. I am so busy in business. You see, Arjuna is the most important go-getter here. So Dhananjaya, he has acquired so much wealth. He was also busiest devotee, acquiring wealth, all those things for Krishna and the people. And what did he do? He took the guidance of Krishna. So even the greatest person wanted the help of Bhagavad Gita. So we all require the guidance of Bhagavad Gita in our life. Though you may be successful, okay. You might be unsuccessful, okay. But you have to take guidance from Bhagavad Gita. If you lost also, not problem. But read Bhagavad Gita, understand Bhagavad Gita, implement Bhagavad Gita in life. Then you are successful. Even the go-getter. In the last moment, what is happening? He said, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words. Whatever verses it is coming next. So from now onwards, Arjuna is coming into the picture. He is the speaker now. He is going to say some words. And what he said? All the people have started the war, right? Conscience are blown. Both parties blow the conscience. And they are so eager that their arrows are fixed. They are ready. When the war is declared, they will release the arrows. And you know, the arrows, where it will be pointed? Not to the chest. It is pointed to the throat. This is the headshot. Or here or here. And the most important is this one. So all the arrows are pointed to Arjuna's throat. And now Arjuna is saying, I want to discuss. Suppose a child is coming to the exam hall. Exam is going to be prepared. Question paper is there. Now I want to ask questions with my teacher. Will be situation. There should be something, right? Because it looks like a foolish thing, but there is so much important thing in that. And the student is not an ordinary student; he is the rank one holder for all the years. And that student is saying, "I'm confused." Why that student is confused? You should not. You should understand, right? Next week we will discuss. Sorry, of course, Bhakta is there, where Arjuna is expressing his unwillingness to fight the war. And after that, we have 5 reasons which Arjuna spoke. So that we will be speaking in that. What is the root cause of the confusion? We will discuss in the next session. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Yes. Everyone started and everyone started. Everyone is started. Everybody. No description. Like everyone is started. So, all the temples, all the things. So Sanjay was technically informing there is a unity in the Pandavas, there is no unity in the Kauravas. Materialistic people will not have unity. If they are satisfied, that's okay. Otherwise, they'll go to the other party. So Kauravas side, there is no unity. Pandavas side, externally there is no unity, but internally they are united with Krishna. So Sanjay was. To summarize, Krishna's personal presence was confirmed. So those who take the shelter of Krishna is always victorious. Goddess of fortune is there. The venue Kurukshetra is favoring the Pandavas. Hanumanji is also there in the Arjuna's side. Symbol of counsel is Vishnu. So it gives auspiciousness. Not only the they are ordinary counsels, they are transcendental counsels, divine. So they are going to win. Bhishma's counsel was to pacify Duryodhana, Bhimas, the Bhishmas. Don't worry, we are going to lose the war. Agnidev's chariot indicates that Pandavas are victorious. Scattered hearts of the Kauravas. All these indicate the important victory of Pandavas. But unexpectedly happened. That is what Krishna has Bhaktavatsala is the next theme. What is Krishna doing to his Bhakta? We'll see it. So Arjuna was perplexed. What made Arjuna? So before closing, we'll have the Nrsimha. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. कहला कहला कहाई प्रहलाद हलाद खाई हिरण्याकाशी पोषः तिलकंका नखालाये युतो नृसिंहा परतो नृसिंहो यतो यतो यामि गतो नृसिंहा हरे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहमधिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे अद्भुतशृङ्गा दलिता निरङ्गकटिभु तनुबिङ्गा केशवद्रीका नरहरियूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल परे नटा अद्भुत सिंहा ललिता तनुगुणा केशवद्रीता नरहरियूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे Jaya Narasimha Jai Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. हरि बोल जय गौर हरि बोल भक्त विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंह भगवान की जय भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रील गुरुदेव की जय much for attending today's session. If there is any mistake which I have committed, please forgive me. So next week we will be speaking about Krishna acting as who is favorable to this. Thank you. Let's have special. So next week, most probably, so we will be in the temple premises. I will be notifying it. 90% it will be in the temple premises. Appendix.